charged up over here to keep these mugs at bay. Gee. The spirit, the flesh, and the spirit is coming together, y'all. We're jumping into this. I know I've been having a few joints. They ain't trying to let me get this message out because I got a lot of eyes on the mug. You know what I'm saying? Evil eye and all of that shit. Flies. You know, and they see a NAGA out here looking like how he look and barely eating this shit. They be wondering, like, what the fuck? You know, they wonder how niggas is. And it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, though, y'all see the title. We tried to do it a few other times, but it couldn't work. But now we in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? We're getting the sun from the Most High. It works with this melanin molecule that we got, you know what I'm saying? That's what they try to keep from us, y'all. So it's only so much you can do any goddamn way. Really, when they're doing all this shit over your head, they trying to, you know, the powers that were and be is trying to do things, you know, we got, it's just like that. No matter when I turn the camera on or when I'm paying attention, minding my own business, looking at my thing, that's when everybody want to come up, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why? We never even communicated, even talk. I don't even do that. I'm against that, actually, man. It's not for the kids. You're doing nothing for the kids, man. That's a sad situation. When you're in paradise, you know? We're wondering why people are having such hard times with their own self. This is why cultivating self is the most important thing you should be doing. Cultivating happiness. It's hard to be happy, motherfucker, when you got everybody around you. Gaslighting and projecting. Look, a motherfucker come down here now. He see me with the camera. He over here finna do the whole little walk down here. He just need to see him in the camera. And this ain't even the nothing. It's an ultra magnum. You see the title. So it just shows and proves that if a man is even low in his life, he's gonna be attracted to another man. And it ain't gotta be sexually. You're just gonna be attracted. What do? I ain't even gotta have the muscles or whatever, man. I had long locks and shit before. You know, I was just more of a, you know, fasting type of person, you know, thinner. You know, I was super thin. I didn't even think I could get to 160 at the time. But I'm just letting you know, I had the attraction then. You know what I mean? It didn't even matter. If you got it, you got it. And I was a vegan then. You know what I mean? For the first 10 years of my veganism, 10, 12 years, I think, like 12 years. Then I ate something that, again, like, you know, cheese and stuff like that for a little bit. And I seen that, it's mucus forming, and that's not good, so it messes with the information. Remember, food is information. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're eating the right food, your body will just use the food, the fat that it has in it, as fuel, really. And this is why it's how you can stay chiseled up. It's just learning how not to eat as much. I be putting a lot of energy in the seeds. It's just learning how not to eat as much, man. Really for the spirit, and not for the flesh. And you'll just see it in the flesh. I mean, I ate, before I couldn't even eat that much anyways, I was already eating once a day. So that right there just gives your body a certain amount of fasting time where it strengthens on a cellular level. And when it does that, and I was doing this at 17, you know what I'm saying? Eating one meal a day, you know, eating at around like 5 o'clock. And that also increases you too. And right now, I'm just walking straight towards me, man. Like, it's no problem. That goes with the psychology, when we're going about that cluster B personality disorder, we're talking about, you know, entitlement issues, like this, like, man, just wanted to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because to do that, it's like, well, all this water that you can enjoy and look at, you can stop no matter where, but you wanted to really become, I'm just letting you see, okay? Ultramagnetic. A woman's supposed to do that. But when I get men doing that, sitting down and watching the whole day, that just goes to show you, you're sitting down in the bush somewhere jacking off, man. And you're low in your light, and you're thinking that this is happiness, but it's just a pleasurable moment. It's a serotonin, it's a dopamine moment. And what that is just further cinching your lower self. We're on a higher spiritual kick, man. We're working out, and we're not eating as much. We don't have to eat 5 meals a day to be all swollen and shit. I ain't in the antibiotic state, but bam. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even doing my chest or nothing today. Did a little tricep, but I did my legs. You can't see them too tough. Man, I got men all over here. Look at this shit. Where the hell they coming from, G? I'm telling you, man, out of nowhere. It should do this to a woman. Why? Naturally, a woman is they like the attention like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have staring contests with men. If you're with single attention or anything of celibacy, you better not have no other staring contest with a man, because they're gonna look up at you like, they're gonna see it, and then you're gonna look, and it'll trigger you like, what the fuck is you looking? But then you're like, oh, don't have no staring contest with no man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care, because you gotta understand, if the Kundalini is going the opposite direction, the individual is not putting in the work, man. If they're not putting in the work, I'm guaranteeing you, it's getting lower and lower and lower. And this this time is so low that it's going the opposite direction. They can get turned on by anything. You can get turned on by anything in your lower self. You know what I mean? This is why fruit will help you get your kundalini back in order, and also with your will and determination to not have this self-equality with your sex for a season, B. Not with yourself and not with nobody else for a little bit. Hey, what's happening? Isaiah, peace. You know what I'm saying? We're throwing up mungers, and they actually work. You just got to touch your fingertips lightly. That was the key to playing the Ouija board. You had to touch your fingertips lightly and shit. That should be working. The spirit world is here. It's on and popping. Actually, we're influenced by the spirit world. So the higher you vibrate, the more you purify the flesh, the higher you can get, the more inspirational downloads from individuals that can give you the right the keys. Shit, you know what I mean? But you already is on your path to doing. Angels is already looking around. They're like, man, who is this motherfucker that just keep walking around here looking all sad and depressed? I guarantee you jacking off is sad and depressing. Let a woman play with herself. She loves doing that, man. You know what I mean? You gotta understand this. She's not gonna get in order no matter how much she talk with her mouth. She only running her mouth. That's why you hear that saying back from the south, you ain't running shit but your mouth. And I'm not saying this to down talk of my ladies, because I want my ladies to hold my man accountable too. Don't give him no pussy if he's one of them type of motherfuckers. If you want to hold it down, don't give him no pussy. Don't give nobody no pussy. You're supposed to be mean as a mother jumping now. Who we got in the background? Huh? Somebody video bombing. They want to get on video. They don't even know what video it is. That's some type of, they just want to be involved. I know it's two men though. Why? Because the ultramagnetic attraction light within this Naga right here, man. And this is why they wonder why they killed Nagas, man. It's because they was living in their highest ultra light, dude. They were nice and kind and all these different things. Gave and gave and gave. You think that reward's not coming back? That was sold a long time ago. These rewards are starting to come back. So when you starting to understand, you see the light, the way we eat, all these different things is coming back into play now. And this is very important. If you want to take your power back, man, the main way to take your power back is through the sex. Because they're going to objectify you anyways. They're going to come and sit up in your presence. You got to understand, people who are highly sexually, hypersexual men in general, they objectify you, you know? And even with women, you know, women come up like, ooh, baby, you so da-da-da. She's already at that point. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, if you do it, that turns a lot of women off. Because it's like, yo, she wants to be, you know, seen as like, yo, she's bad. But she don't want to be seen as bad by a person that can look at everybody as bad. Like, you don't even have no discipline. And subconsciously, she look at you as having discipline. So basically, it's up to you to get everything in order. Once you start getting in order, you start making her get in order. I see the women in the gym now of different, you know, cultural backgrounds. They're training harder than their opposite gender or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The opposite gender is just watching each other and talking to each other in the gym like they're professional athletes or something, and grunting and moaning, doing certain workouts when they see certain things that trigger them or certain people. And remember, money doesn't make you feel secure. That's an illusion. You know, you can buy things that you need, that's good, but when you start using it for certain things that you just don't, you know, you just buy shit for just buying things, this is when you start to develop that sickness, you know? And they got this strategically planned, but, you know, and plot it out. But let me just get back into the light body building so we can go ahead and show, so we can go ahead and show how to break up out this matrix like this, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a real being, and you ain't the one that was plugged in behind the neck and all that shit, like Neo and all them niggas. Neo was for them, you know what I mean? Like we're like the niggas in Zion, and we're like Earth motherfuckers, like we're pure people. We allowed this shit to go down in the first place. It's like Elon Musk trying to put all kind of shit on the game, and he had to come back as Neo and help us out. Like, nigga, come on, nigga, y'all see what the fuck y'all got going on? We're just trying to live our spiritual life and shit, and y'all bringing in all these goddamn machines and shit. No, but anyways, let me go ahead and get to this. And so, everybody, I got these people around. There's men, ain't not one female on the beach, man. And they quiet as hell. You know when men is quiet to them over, you know it's some slick, sneaky ass shit going on in their mind. I'm telling you, you gotta understand, niggas, we were molested as children, spiritually, it's in the DNA. And when they try to take over our damn plantations and our homes and made us prisoners of war and shit like that, they did this the most horrific shit you can ever be done, and it passed on down. That's why you got niggas and females who are highly hypersexual, but got these cluster B personality disorder traits. And some of us is pathological. And they're highly talented. And these people, like in Hollywood, they find these type of people. These type of people want to get discovered by these people who've been idolized and divinely discarded, man. And that's a sickness that we have. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna hear the spirits, because I'm irritating spirits around now. And that's what drawing them up. But we got this whole little field going on. We gotta keep it nice and pure. You know what I'm saying? I got people coming up towards me. I want y'all to see. And I'm just talking to the camera, G. I'm just talking to y'all. But I gotta keep my P's and Q's up, because you know the vibe is up a little bit higher in the world, so I gotta be really on point. The spirit game is knowing what's going on. It's exposing shit, and it's like being broadcast, and it's like I'm not trying to expose shit like on some old conspiracy theory. It's just how it is. I hope this wind ain't going down. Look what I got for the post-workout. We got some fruit. These motherfuckers come sit up shop, because I'm over here. These dudes do this shit all the time. They follow me from beach to beach. Every time. And these are Caucasians, dude. They do this all the time. So, if I was a woman and I got followed around, what was I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? This is like a harassment thing, right? You're supposed to turn around and blah, blah, blah. But it's different with a man. When a man is fucking, his light is the other way, and he's dealing with this ultramagnetic attraction I got going on. And I'm not tooting my own feathers, but this is what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? I had this energy, most I trained me my whole life so I could get this message out to y'all. And being that I was exposed to evil energies in the first place, and I was able to see these mothers in the world. So, and men, it's always been attracted to a knife, man. No matter what type of energy I have, it's always been that type of way and shit. You know what I'm saying? Men is just, and women too, but the men, they always feel entitled. That's dealing with that cluster B personality disorder, that entitlement and enabling issue that we got going on in the world, see? And the entitlement for your attention. Like, my attention is on this, it's triggering a lot of people because my attention is on this. It's like when you're talking about the Caucasian, like, they get actually triggered when you're not paying attention to them. Remember, we went through so much time as being, yes sir, how you doing? It triggers them when the Kundalini is going the right direction now. You hold them back, you taking the sex match, you're not banging their chicks, and you're not letting them suck on your balls. Because that's naturally what they want to do. And I'm not saying that in a mean way, but a lot of them who haven't cured themselves, they do. So this is like an envious and jealousy hate thing of it. So you attract them even more when you're high up on your light. And you more celibate, you're gonna get more shits. It's gonna be a lot of shit coming on. Whether you're you could be sitting down reading a book on the beach, man. It don't matter what you're doing. Feeding the birds, man, or whatever the hell you're doing, you're gonna trigger something within the person whose light is very, very low in that fear-based trauma situation. But also, you can help heal them all too. Peace, yo. Blessings, what's happening? I got a Norma. Had to bend down a little bit, y'all. Sorry about that. Audacity. I hope I said that right. Peace. So I got months coming up, so I'm trying to like gauge this off a little bit, because the energies is like, you know, it's like that. I got way out in the Pacific, had a month say, nigga, they think they try to trigger me to get me mad and upset. It's anything to get you upset. That's why I'm NAGA. That's why when you get to a certain point, a certain vibration, G, you'll be in a certain heaven while you're on earth. Everybody's in a certain heaven. You're gonna see this. We're gonna learn this right now in light body building shit. When you're in the, while they're awoke, you're gonna see the heaven that they're on. There's resurrections, right? So we're supposed to be at the top with true God to get the hell up out of here, but they're trying to stop us from getting to the true God, right? So they give us all this food and shit like that. These low vibratorial foods that's not in key and not in note and harmony with our higher vibratorial self, which is the higher light beings. You know, we got the astrology breaks us down. Corporeally, we're tropically, we're a certain sign, but heaven-wise, higher self, we're a different. We're in Vedic, we're a different sign. But we're gonna get into that later. These ones try to stop us, so to get the true God, we have to purify our vessels to start listening more to our basically our dang on ancestors. And that's who they don't want. That's why they put somebody else in front of you by just tricking us, man. And so when you start holding that light back, this is gonna start giving you all the answers. It's like they say Buddha said. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you all the answers if you just sit back and just chill and let it get the going. Peace. Appreciate you. I'm just over here smiling and shit. But y'all made me smile. They wonder like, why this man smiling? Because I could talk to my fam, you know what I'm saying, online. And that kind of triggers people because they're in the cluster B personality. And when you're in the heart chakra of the earth, you think you're gonna come here and just be like, some hulas and all of that shit. Nah, motherfucker. If you lost in yourself, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna start trying to find things to feed that void within you. If you're gonna reach to drugs, liquor, alcohol, and it's always sunny in a motherfucker if they ain't playing with the clouds and shit. You know? So if you haven't got up to a heart chakra level, if you're coming out here, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be harder for you to be able to function or walk around because people attack you on your lower self with fear. you know, because they got these things out here like meth and, you know, these foods and things that create portals in you, with the music too. You know what I'm saying? They're using our music to kind of brainwash the microlegions out here and shit with, you know, like they're just thugs and gangsters and you don't understand what Nagas had to go through it, you know what I mean? And that this is a school to be able to, you know, teach other worlds on how to, and inspire other worlds on how to master their cluster B personality once we graduate off the earth plane. But that's what they were trying to get us to not do, to keep us on the first and second resurrection first resurrection upon death. This is why a lot of things is being done right now, and the second resurrection is being taken over. There's 3 resurrections, and within them there's like 7 heavens and shit. But resurrections are the main thing. We're gonna get into it, man, because this is where your light goes when you go to sleep. If you're having nightmares, you're on the first resurrection. This is all about geared around your transition deck and shit. This is why they want to horrify you and kill you and all of this shit. Do these things that make you afraid of this stuff. This is why thou shalt not kill. And we've mastered that already. But, however, they kind of put that back onto us again. So now we're back in the zone of remixing the most. I'm like, he's inspired them. I was like, yo, okay, that's what you have to do. We're already supposed to do this, which is to purify ourselves. The more we purify, the more we get up to the higher etheric angels. We can listen to them, to the inspiration of what we're supposed to do and how we get the land back organically. Because we're in the organic heavens. There's inorganic heavens. These motherfuckers is going to be in inorganic heavens, like in the first resurrections and shit, you know, and which is like upon death. This is where they become slaves of mental death and power spiritually. This is where they like, okay, they worship these guys. Most High would allow that to happen until these guys can redeem, these false guys can redeem every soul and get them back into accordance to the all spirit. This is why different galaxies you see, you have the regular galaxies. So I'm looking around like, damn, you got the regular galaxies, then you got spiral galaxies, then you got elliptical galaxies. They don't just come out like that. They come in order and shit. They start irregular, they're not in order yet. Everything's like, you know, all over, just forming. Now, the spiral starting to, that vortation and current of the creator, the hands on it, now it's starting to turn. And then we get to elliptical, we all seeing the light of who he is now. We knowing that we all one. That galaxy is lit. There ain't no separation. That's all light right there, G. And that's not no demonic evil shit. You know what I mean? So how we get to these levels, we starting now in this time, because we already shown how we can kind of do it before, but now we're really gonna do it. So it means you do gotta work out, and this is what's gonna get your Kundalini to working right, moving your lymphatic fluid. They never told you about how to move your lymphatic fluid. It's like I'm flipping around like, yeah. I'm dropping some little jewels on your asses though, because lymphatic fluid is the secret to your key to your health, man. You know? And it's fucked up. They ain't sounding some others was saying that. None of your little health guru niggas out here talking about moving lymph. They gonna say it after this, but they ain't say it before this. I guarantee you that one. The lymph is key, you know. And by doing this, when you eat the fruit, the berries, and the melons, yeah, they came from Africa, but we was already trading with Africa thousands of years ago. They just ain't come over here, over to America, you know. We're doing the whole little transatlantic thing. That was already there. You know what I'm saying? The Muslims already trading. Niggas was already together for a second. You know what I mean? The world's already been circumscribed all over. It's a circle, so everybody's been around. So, oh, we got more energy, So anyhow, though, boom. Let me give a shout out to my bro. What's cracking? CJ. Man, you know, we out here, man. Trying to, you know, keep the vibe high amongst, you know, individuals that just got bread, but their vibe is pretty low and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know how to handle it now. So I don't try to, you know, just gotta keep it cool, calm, and collected. You know what I mean? So I gotta monk on none of that. That magnetic attraction comes with the loop. It spreads throughout our life family. We all gonna do it, G. But once we're all doing it, that's good. We naturally get the download. We're gonna be the first priest king again. Like naturally, because you went through the hell. Now we're starting to see how to diagnose our psychological disorders, which is the cluster B personality. We're gonna keep it so simple, so we'll see. Alright, so everybody can tell who's on the heavens where everybody's at. Like, you know, even though she was cool, she's supposed to do that. She's a woman. Men do that, it's kind of fucked up. But anyhow, though, you can see the heaven that they're on. Now, there's subjective hells also in these heavens. When you transition, Most High, it's naturally in the construct where there are subjective hells that are around. And these hells is where these fake false gods are like in like spiritual knots by, you know, their so-called worshipers who started to figure out that they weren't the all highest. And this is kind of what's going on now on earth and shit, you know what I mean? So as it is above, so it is now. So we're bringing the kingdom down. That's how you bring the kingdom down. Boom. It's got to come in here first. Boom, boom, boom. And then how we live is how the kingdom is on the earth. The ship, all that stuff, yeah, it's around, but it's on the higher, it's outside of 300 and 700 nanometers of sight, you know, but it will manifest soon enough. But we have to be on a higher vibratorial frequency, and by doing that, we start getting our kundalini going in the right direction and repenting because we started having sex too early. Actually, we got molested, so we continue to have sex, you know, and it felt good for the orgasms. But when we start realizing life ain't really an orgasm, the spirit is just one living ass orgasm, we started seeing like, okay, this where we gotta cultivate. You know what I mean? This is where the gifts is at. And so by getting that light all the way up to the crown, boom, boom, boom. Every day, man, it's like every day is beautiful. You know, you gotta understand. And that's what they don't like. That's why they want to tell you that. You know, a lot of brothers that's locked up that already kind of repenting in their flesh. They done already kind of mastered it. But if they doing all these years, they will never probably be able to get out. I haven't seen Trump try to pardon Mumi Abu Jamal. None of that. None of the Panthers and none of that, man. And they were just trying to create a way for everybody to live equally. Then they make the WIC program and shit so everybody can eat. Some ones can benefit off the nigga can't do nothing, benefit off of what they inspired others to do. Like, damn, I inspired you to make music like that. Now I can get inspired from the type of music that I inspired you on. I can get better. Now we all can get better. But see, there's been a middleman and a middle energy that came in between us and shit. You know what I mean? So this is what we're like, okay, bypass this middle energy. This is all about transitioning. You gotta get, you'll see, these people is in certain heavens and certain hells that they already at. You ain't gotta fuck with them. That's why most I like, don't even fuck with them. I know it's something that's so tempting to get revenge, because you be like, it's right there, actually. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, most I have a way to showing that I got this. And it's a part of the construct. It's not like somebody's hand is doing it. It's just like, these people are doing this within the magnificent being of the all spirit. And the only one who have known the all spirit is who? The Watamans, or the Native Americans, or the Ninjas, or the Ninjas. They the ones that knew the all spirits. And when they went out, they started teaching the all spirit. They had certain prophets that went up all over the world that taught the same type of shit, not different things like false prophets do. And false prophets, they try to come in an angel of light. They'll come and try to entice you with things like, yo, they're the leader of all I survey. But once you question them, the Most High told us how to question them. We didn't know how to do that because of the scripts that they gave us was to be able to keep us harnessed in our lower self, so we won't be able to question them. That's why, you know, false gods that come with certain religions and shit, because they're warring in the heavens. You know, their goal is to get you to not go up to the true God, to get you to graduate off of Earth, so you can be moving around like Star Trek, going to different worlds and seeing things that's never been created the same by the Most High Creator of the all spirit. And then see that there's higher angels, higher. You know what I'm saying? They just vibrate so high that you can't even conceive them in your thoughts. That's why you can't even conceive the Most High. But it's right there. The Most High is right there, though. And some of these angels is way the fuck up. They conceive your ass, too. Because they done trained themselves for thousands of years, man. It's deep. That's why Osiris has a lot to do with us. That belt of Orion has a lot to do with us. You know, Osiris taught us the true science of agriculture, the true Osiris, not Osiris the false that wanted to come in and get us to reincarnate over and over in the physical flesh. It's like bodybuilding, you know what I'm saying? We don't reincarnate over and over in the flesh until we get it right. It's not that you get a better flesh and then you just get better and better. Now you get more athletic abilities and no. It's the spirit that's cultivated. That's going to continue on and on and on and on. So now you at a time, you know, you can cultivate the spirit while you're in the flesh. Boom. And you get higher and higher. Pardon me, God. I ain't mean to do that. I ain't mean to not say nothing real quick. So I've been hearing that Qigong, that's right, it's good for moving the Qi through the lymphatic system. That's right. We should do the Qigong. That's kind of like a self-created thing. But you know, whoever, like I said, Most High says this as well, as far as like being able to communicate through the mortals and his babies and the ions of the chosen ones to be able to get the understanding of the Creator across. No one can speak the Creator's words perfectly, which is the all spirits, but they can get it across to you when you know, oh, that's the all spirits word right there. You know what I'm saying? Or someone who has who is in tune with the all spirit, dealing with the angelic, you know, inspiration. And that's what we're on. We're building the light body up so we can talk to the angels, because we ain't got no help on this physical plane. Motherfuckers will come, but they you know, they fucked up. We got to get the light up. Then they'll come. But that's because we done connected and got online with the higher source. You know what I'm saying? That's really what that is. And at our light, as men, we're going to be the one to do it. Now, women, they can talk all the shit, I love them and everything, but they're not going to be the one to do it. Their light not going to be up. It's got to be ours, shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is. And so every day is a good day. Pardon, so every day is a good day. Keeping the seed up, you know what I'm saying? We're getting up 3 months, 6 months, you know, a month up. We're doing the whole 30 days. And that's a good thing. Fruit is going to help you and give you eat fruit, it's going to spiritually give you an enlightenment feeling. It's going to spiritually enlighten you. It's a spiritual food. It's liquid light. This is what you're supposed to eat. It's going to make you lighter in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? You want to be light. You don't even want to feel your body. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't even work out, you're not going to feel your body. That's why I'm moving around. It's like, I'm here. You know, you don't want to feel no pain, G. But you'll feel the slightest of pain too, though. You know, because your neurons and all that shit's working, man. And I've been eating fruits for a long time and going through the different cycles, and I understand that. Yeah, if you eat fish, you're going to be, that's higher, the higher end of eating land animals, but the fish is a little bit more better. But at the same time, you'll learn to eat that part like once a week. Then you get further away from that. Then before you know it, you're eating fruit. Because it's like you got to train yourself to not eat. Before you know it, you'll be eating the atmospheric food. You're not going to have a desire to eat any food that's a flesh once you transition, because the atmospheric food got to eat as well. When you're in atmospheric form, you have to eat as well, which is in S form. It's like a it's the in-between world before you get to Ethereum, the main world shit. You know, so you don't want to just be sitting around these mortals and shit trying to eat and conversate with these motherfuckers and shit, man, because you already done passed them up. You don't want to stay behind. Staying behind is being on the lower, having a lower grade and being on the lower resurrection. That's how you reincarnate, basically, because you're being stuck with them. You want to keep going up. That's where everything goes up. So you pay attention to everybody going around now. I see more coming up. Hold up. And so yeah, we want to keep going up, G. We don't want to go low. You know what I'm saying? We want to stay going up, and this is the way to go up. We keep spiraling up. We're not coming back in the flesh and shit. So that's the false Osiris, who used a very smart mortal who was very in tune and very enlightened. They call him Thoth, who was promised to be one of the highest rulers in the kingdom of Osiris. He didn't know that Osiris was a false Osiris that came from one of the false gods, Osiris, who was the first god to fall from the third resurrection, where they say you're fallen gods and shit. It's dealing with their light. Meaning that they desire things of the flesh, and they wanted to rule the mortals. So each god was given certain places over the world and shit. It's like you fought the Anunnaki and all that shit. We're talking about the spirit world now. We ain't gotta worry about with the flesh. We want to see where everything came out. The spirit world came out first. First the foundation was here, then it came corrupted, and now it's getting back, you know what I'm saying, refined again after we see what the corruption is. The corruption that's coming up right now with the Easter egg and shit is coming up. That's dealing with, it's dealing with, Easters don't lay eggs. So that's corruption in the mind and the spirit right there alone. Because you're using a spiritual sense when you're dealing with religion. It's geared around a resurrection point. And we're talking about what resurrection is now. It's like bodybuilding. You can see whatever heavens everybody's on. And their heaven is falling even more, as we say now, because they're not spreading their little so-called religion with sword and shit. You know what I mean? But they have a way to spread it with a sword, which is like the little pin, which is their little jab. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's another form of the sword. They're gonna find a way to do it. You know. So anyhow, though, the only way we can do in this realm right now is just to purify the flesh and purify our light body, and be working out. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your thoughts more noble and getting back to your noble state. And hence, you start chopping it up with the higher and celestials, and then you're inspiring others to do the same thing. You're not just sexy to them, motherfucker. You're just simply a celibate. You're not giving it away. That's even more powerful. It's like I said, it was hard at the time to not kill a motherfucker. Like, damn, you know, it was easy to do that at the time. Until Most High had to show you, like, man, yo, your light continues on after this, man. You can't be killing motherfuckers and shit like that, especially your brethren and shit, because you're gonna have animosity. This mother's gonna be following you around until they get your ass. And this is how they do, because these beings were being inspired by Judas or jinn that was all on them. Brothers who understand that, you know, the science of the Ramadan and all that shit like that. Islam, that's in play too. They talk about the jinn. But this, you know, we're just linking up with the archons and all that shit. They're spirits too, or angels too, but they inspire the mortal to do these hellish things. That's why when the mother's like, yo, let's go do some dirt, Most High like, yo, you can get some evil motherfuckers to go do some dirt with you quick. Because these spirits is already inspiring them to do such a thing, man. And so when they transition, they join their little gang, not even knowing it. As you can see this in the movie Ghost and all that. You know what I'm saying? When he had that. If you ever seen the movie Ghost, watch it, you know, because he couldn't transition right away. He couldn't get to he couldn't go to the heaven at that point because he was murdered. His spirit was left there because he had to pretty much solve the case and shit. That's what's going on. And so when you see this in the rap game and shit like that, what's going on with you got these rappers that are getting murdered and shit. and you see the justice that was coming out, the camera footages and all of this, you know what I'm saying, how you finding people, it's because these light beings are learned how to be able to trap these motherfuckers and catch them. It's not you just find them out of coinky-dinky, the spirit supersedes it, so you gotta strengthen the spirit so these motherfuckers don't have influence on you. And this is the way. This is the way, the truth, and the light, man. Your sacred light. You don't spill that, I guarantee you, you're gonna be moving on up. That's on point. I already done went different periods of time. 3 months. I done did the 6 months. I done did the 9 months. I done did the 12 months, even the 10 months again, and the 13 months again. I done did them in different cycles. We got up to 69 months, man. I know where we're at when it's the new territory. When you get to a certain point, you're already at warp speed. You already realize you're already in the ship. Fuck it, we're going now. And that's how the experience, when you start experiencing the Most High's creation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's brand new. Everything that you do is brand new, over and over again, no matter what. To the outside, that can seem boring to someone because you be sitting there like, looking like a little Buddha or whatever, but everything is new again. Everything becomes new over and over again. So, this is how it is, and that's how it is with the spirit. So you want to cultivate that happiness, that's just what it is, B. You know what I mean? Peace. Ricardo! I got a crowd over here. I'm talking to y'all and the crowd over there in the tree. I don't want to pick the camera up and show y'all, show them. You know what I mean? Like, but that's where they at, man. But anyhow, though, but with the fruit, you want to know how to do it because it's hard to understand how to eat the fruit. It's like, how do you get muscle and fruit? Right now, my body's not in the antibiotic state. You know what I'm saying? When I'm working out, it's like it's swollen up because I got this, you know, citrulline and all that from the fruit. It's going through and not and shit. So I would take like I'm gonna get some supplements too. That really curbs your appetite. You can use supplements. Don't let supplements scare you. These motherfuckers be using supplements. They'll tell you the game and shit. But I'm gonna get you into the game, the right supplements and everything. You probably won't even have to eat for that damn much. Really, when you get the supplements in you, so then that's cool. So, but they're not telling you these little jewels, man. And these are the jewels that if you really want to work out, because I worked out without even having to use a pre-workout. I already had the desire to do it. Somebody showed me a pre-workout, so I had to figure out my own little concoction to do. Like, okay, I don't like all that extra filler shit. And I didn't already experimented with that when I had to go back into the Now Cypher food and see what worked and what didn't. You know, I done tried the Jack 3D before when that shit had the dimethylene or whatever the fuck. Yeah, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I was pretty stern on my diet anyways at those times. So I really still wasn't eating that much. It's about learning how not to eat as much. They was telling you to eat like 5 meals a day, man. You're gonna clog your spirit up. You ain't gonna be able to get swole. You think you get swole, now you're gonna get fat, you're gonna get bloated. A lot of little dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want all that. And with that being said, I'm like, look, Dougie Dub over here. Big Debo Dub. What's up, Debo? Hold on. But yeah, you don't want to be all that. So I figured it out. You ain't got to use all the protein shakes I have. Use the whey shake. But we're coming out with a thing called "Get the fuck out the way." You heard it here first. So get out the way. Get the out the way. You know, we sporting that. We ain't using no whey, no dairy, no nothing. Because I started off with no dairy or no nothing. And I knew that worked anyway because I felt the best at that time. And when I got a little meat on me, because I was like 130 something pounds, I ain't know I can get 160. So I figured out how to eat often. You know what I'm saying, to keep the metabolism going. And if you want to gain or lose, I figured it out pretty much. And no matter what type of body type you got, you'll gain or lose. And then I got to 160, I was like, dang. And then I got to 180. Then I got to 2 something, ready to do something. I couldn't believe it. I was all the way from 137. I'm like, how did you do that? So I learned how the body operates, how it takes in the food. You don't have to eat all the time and be clogged up, because I never like being clogged up. Period. I always like being clear, so I figured that part out. The clearer you are, the better you can function in the world, because your brain is down here. Your gut, oh man, if you ain't took a selfie, you drop your soil in the morning, man, you're going to be miserable, irritable, you don't even know why. Because all them parasites is up in your gut. It's fucking with your thoughts, you're thinking of shit, you can't even find, you can't even tell, you can't do nothing, nigga. You fucked up. Alright? You know what I'm saying? And I mean that in the best way, G. So, with that being said, I ain't gonna throw things off. I do got me some oranges. I got an orange. I might as well eat this motherfucker right here, because it is citrus, but I got everybody around it. But this is the normal food, even if they do got the GMO, man. You know, they knew you was gonna pick up on the food. the fruit is gonna make you a little bit more happy. It does. Because if you're eating like, my lowest I got was sardines. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time when I went back to eating there, I looked at that shit, I was eating that. Man, I can't believe I was eating a damn sardine. I swear. But that was me though. Maybe that was the Virgo in me. Oh, Judy! I found out the secret to this when I worked in the store. I had to realize something. All the jobs I did, you know what I'm saying, I had to benefit from them, so I had to learn from them. So this store, it was like a co-op, so they always had fruits. And so I leave after working out, I go right to work, and I didn't want too much, responsibility at the job. I just wanted to do the dishes. But somehow, some way, I always become like the cook or something like that. They want me in their faces or something. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. I'm like, no, I want to be over here. So anyhow, I'll get the fruit, and I'll eat like 2 oranges, and I'm like, damn. I started noticing the difference. My face would be clearing up. My damn body started ripping up instantly, instantly, G. From the daggone oranges. So I was like, okay, oranges and kale. So I started eating kale. I was eating potatoes and all that stuff like that. That'll make you swollen if you really want to get swollen and stuff. But getting ripped, the old school cat showed me what's he's like, man, you got it. I had long dreads. We both had long dreads and shit at the time, and nobody had long locks and shit. But he showed me how to do it. I was like, oh, okay, what's up? This nigga was so strong. His grip was so strong, he could climb a slippery pole, man, with grease on his hands. I'm like, God damn, his forearms was like bulging. It was the NAGA truth, bro. It was something strong ass motherfucker. But yeah, I learned that. So listen, before I started really studying what fruit did, how powerful it was, because I always ate it all the time. Ever since I had broke my neck when I was younger, I was like, damn. So when it started confirming it, when the season came and I had to confirm, oh man, I know that it was super. I was like, oh, it's branched chain aminos, and you don't have to break it down. You got to eat this as much as you can, man. That shit caught on right away. People were like, man, you getting big. You know, I'm like, no, really, it's just that my body's eating all the fat and it's appearing big. I'm the same fucking size and shit. But if I work out, it'll look a certain way. Because I'm not eating sodium like that. So my veins and shit will show, you know what I'm saying? Probably gonna check you out because you say, I feel like I bring immunity with, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard about the intrusion thoughts and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called, right? I think that's what you said. But, I don't know if I said that. But yeah. So this is why we got to go ahead and get this back, get our power back, get the power back for the youth, man, because these thoughts is coming from these foods, from these parasites and shit, right? So we encourage more fruit. People be going to get fruit smoothies, going to the mall just to get some smoothies, working out, they're going to work out. It's going to change their kundalini going back the right way. They ain't going to want to be gay. They ain't going to be thinking about men and shit like that. It's going to be really fun again. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can be teenagers and they can go to the pool and have teenage events. You know what I'm saying? Kids and girls. You know, you're not doing all this crazy shit. The music is going to change up. It's going to still be fine, but it's going to change up. But now we're all working out. You know what I'm saying? The companies are shut down. If we don't feed the company, they going to shut down. We ain't got to protest nothing. I just don't fuck with you. What you going to do? You gonna make them eat from your company when your company got poisoned? No, how about we just don't? We gotta get the right influence up to we be like, yo, we're just not gonna eat from your company. You can keep making it. You can keep putting all that shit up in there if you want to, man, but we ain't gonna eat it. You know how we gotta be, y'all. That's all. The less you eat, the more you see that you beat hunger. Because the fruit is what the electricity is, man. It's like charging your body all day. You got stones and stuff like that, you're charging your body up. We're not wearing the stones for the fashion, it just happen to look good, right? You know what I'm saying? But somewhere down the line we got caught up for the fashion and we diminish the power of our stones and jewelry. However, when you're dealing with light body, your stones gonna work with your kundalini and your light body and your semen and all that shit. You got them on certain points. You put your gold on your knuckles, you know, getting the arthritis and shit like that. Your silver, you know, you're doing stuff like this now. You're wearing it the right way. You got your earrings on, your diamonds on your left side, so it shows that you're a very honorable, noble man, and you do not lie. You know what I'm saying? We're not wearing anything fake when it comes to that. You know? So we got to get our jewelry back, to get our stones, get our land. Our lands ain't got pipes up under the ground and shit, man. Most just gave us the most magical land in the world, dude. We're gonna get it back. But first you gotta get it back here. This is the land. This is the true Israel. Yeah. It's the true site first. I know we was talking about the false god. Because getting in the atmospheric world, you can be eating, you'll be desiring the flesh and shit. And with these mortals and shit still, eating amongst these motherfuckers, we see that shit in movies. You know what I'm saying? And well, you be low on your discipline. And that's very much needed in this world, G, as a straight up, you know, who he is. Nah, man, hey, man, I'm trying to do something right here, man. I'm busy right now, man. You know what I'm saying? The magnet, man. I'm right in the face, though, with you. I mean, right in the face, though. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't even have to say nothing. You should be able to catch the reasoning, but does reason care? No, it doesn't. How gentle do I have to be at this point? Do I have to be a gentleman, or do I have to be a nobleman, man? Like flies. You ever see what a fly do? You fly away. What they do? You come back. You ain't probably even dirty, man. When them flies came in with them, their weapons, man. Flies and roaches. We dropped them motherfuckers on the land and shit, man. And they flew over the land like Hitler on the niggas. And I hear it, nigga. You got an eye on you. So when you see a fly spiritually, that's when the lower demonic one is around your ass, man. It's light body. You gotta turn into your light body, man. Because these portals open on these beings. You ain't got the portals open on you like that. If you're eating these fruits, berries, and melons, honoring the true Sabbaths and shit like that. Resting after you work out on the Sabbath days, and you work out the rest of the time. You ain't gotta be in their world, in the corporate world like that. Most I say don't be in their shit anyways. In their government, really, anyways. You gotta find out how to expatriate. But they people have been doing it. They got expats. They go to different lands and they set up communities in somebody else's land. They got some shit. But you can do that in your own land, though. Called expatriate. You know what I'm saying? Irritating demons, man. People sad. They took their aloha out of here, man. I'm just coming and walking around with it. Like, okay, what happened? Most I said, what happened when you see my baby with a true aloha? I'm up over here. Oh, that's how you feel, huh? The baby ain't did shit to you. I can't talk to people. I just be the example without trying to be super shitty on motherfuckers. But I do be walking around with tissue in my hand like that. But anyhow, we be talking about some real shit to get into heaven, you know, the right resurrections and shit. Not as far as God hear all this shit, with these walk down stuff and everything. It's all for heavens and earths. That's how they did it. We're gonna supersede them, surpass them. These mothers already, they're already in their little jails doing their prison times with their people. This is why you're open to be free now and to study this and to do this what we're doing right now. You know, it'll be called a name later, but right now we got to do it right now. And it could be given a name like every time in history. What do they say? Come on. Yeah, man. Do what? Some energy. You gonna walk right up on my stuff, man. Like right here, like I'm gonna let his ass walk up on my shit. Like, dude, can you walk your ass around? It's like you wanna provoke me to slap the shit out. I think that's what it is. God tell me, man. I know it's what it is, but if a motherfucker walked up to you, what you supposed to do? But I found out how to let Most High handle them motherfuckers. It'd be hard. I'm telling you, it's hard. Most High like, man, you gotta turn that shit. There's a way you gotta be to allow that to invoke the Holy Spirit on these motherfuckers. Or the wrath on their asses and shit. They say invoke the Holy Spirit on these motherfuckers. Or the wrath on their asses and shit. They see the Holy Spirit when your ass is actually putting in the work. They light beings on you. You got Holy Spirit going through you, man. You're not busting nuts. You're not motherfucker. You're eating your fruit came from the Creator and shit. Even if they do got the GMOs or whatever and shit, you still doing that. You're like happy. And these motherfuckers got Corvettes and cars and mansions and shit. And they ride past you. They're sad and depressed and all of this shit. They gotta come down by you and see the homeless just to get a little happy. It's not even homeless. People junkies in a way. They be on that in a way. They be on that side. They want to be that side. And I'm not talking bad about them. This is what they chose. They know. They yell this all the time to themselves when they're walking down the street, thinking that I think this about them, and I don't. I still see their higher self. But, you know, there's nothing I can really do about it, so I had to pull back. Just be me. And when I see certain NAGAs or Kanakas, I chop it up with them. You know what I mean? You want to hit that on right there. Yeah, man. So we were talking about them heavens, man. And that's real quick, though, to finish that off with these heavens. You know, they already got caught up, man. So we're at the end. Jabril got caught up. He's the one that came up with the whole Mohammedanism and the law. Yeah, Lou among the false Christ. He still got his little dominions running around because they got little Christianity things going on. They got little false heaven still. And got the little Mormon that's about to be done with in a second and shit. Their little false angel or the false god angel Payat. He's an angel and shit. These motherfuckers ain't with the Most High. So catch these niggas up. He's in the heavens. So we can put the heavens, so we can get this download that we talking right now. All we gotta do is get the light up to the crown chakra, G, and work out and try to better ourselves like that and get out the way. Stay out the way. That's all we gotta do. Stay the fuck out the way. Stay out the way on they shit. Stay out the way when you work out. Stay out the way for post-workout drinks. Stay the fuck out the way. That's all we gotta do. Build the light up right now and get to where you gotta go. When you want to eat your fruit, go get you some fruit. To enjoy your fruit, go somewhere after you work out. Make that be your mission, to get somewhere by yourself, by nature, somewhere where you can be by yourself, man. I mean, I can't be by myself right now because the light is a little bit magnetic, man. But you can get somewhere by yourself by a running creek, by water running, because that's information, by a pond where you can ponder your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? A lake, something like that. You can lay back, do any of these things. Smoke, do all of these, find your little rhythm. You'll be on point. I guarantee the Most High is going to be talking to you. Stay out the way. And so by doing that, you're going to get to a higher resurrection. You'll see that everybody around you, these scripts is for real. You'll be walking through hell. These motherfuckers is around you getting fucked up. And they're getting tormented in their own thoughts. Make sure I ain't got none of my shit. That's why they can gaslight and project their insecurities on you, man. That cluster B personality disorder will get cured by your ass quick now. Check me out, make sure I'm looking over. Got my low cut going on, y'all. We got the 3D abs too. I just jumped into this real fast on the corporeal side. The 3D abs, man. You can almost hear that, huh? Like, you know when somebody lift the shirt up and like, and that's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. But it's not to toot your own the feathers. We're gonna show you the right way how to get these mugs. You ain't gotta be sitting in the gym. I see these mugs doing all kind of shit. I just be sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck. I ain't even judging them. I don't give a fuck. Just don't judge me. All right, don't judge me. Don't come sit by me. Don't do nothing by me, motherfucker. Go take your ass over there. But I'm gonna show you over here though, man, how we really get it in no time. Especially if you're struggling at a plateau on working out and you really want to get it. When you see people like, you want to get these? Like, nigga, we over here, man. We getting these mugs, man. I don't know if y'all niggas getting them, man. They eating fish and shit too. Motherfuckers still got parasites on in their asses and guts and shit, man. We got some type of parasites, but we clean them bitches out every day by eating some type of fruit on your ass. But we get serratises and shit. And I'm not really talking about, like, you know, I'm not contracting and flexing on these motherfuckers, man. But you ain't gotta eat that shit. You can if you want to be low and you want to get some pussy. You want to be in the corporeal world, because this is gonna help. We're trying to save your ass time when you transition, man. Some motherfuckers can't even get it down pat when they transition. If they're forced or they get old age, you're gonna be faced with it. We're talking some real ass shit here, man. It's more than just picking up a weight and putting it down and trying to get abroad. If she like you on your flesh, man, you really don't even want her, really, because she gonna go to somebody else, and she gonna do somebody else and somebody else. Ain't that right, Most? I ain't just shining through the clouds, letting it knock it on, man. I could be right here. Ain't that right? You know what I'm saying? Just wave my hand. I really do got the spirit right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I can't flex on everybody because everybody keeps circling around. Look at him. Just circling around a nigga, man. What kind of man do that? Huh? What kind of man do that? A man that let themselves know, let themselves go low, man. I can tell you about different cultures, different people's sexuality. That's why niggas know. We know. You know what I mean? We ain't supposed to be doing that, but some niggas, they don't care. They want to be ignorant, and they'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, for the predators, fuck y'all. I don't like the predators at all. And I ain't saying that y'all, but what they're watching, man. Fuck the predators, man. The ones that never had a chance to give a child to give a chance. Some children aren't strong enough to get up out the shit. Most High hand had to be up on certain ones and shit, man, to get up out the whole shit. So fuck the predators when it comes to that, because they grew up to be predators too. Getting exposed this season. This is the great conjunction. Shit's going down. And if you want to heal yourself, repent. celibate, the only way you can is become celibate again. That's the true way to repentance, man. And that's how you like bodybuilding. Most I see you putting in the work. That's one of the hardest works to do. That's the hardest to do, G. Because with that, you'll start not having the desire to control another motherfucker at this point. Because you will have the power to control another motherfucker because they see you have the power to control yourself. Instantly, they want to control you. They be like, man, this motherfucker, who is he? They want to control you then, especially if you work with them. You know, you get up to a certain level in your life, you can't even be in public with people. And it's not that you frustrated or no shit like that. It's just that certain things is not going to be, you're not going to be able to deal in equality with. Because this is today happened to be the equality day. Happens. Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? Equality is basically this is the answer to the equation of what's asked about. You know what I mean? You want to know what the hell's going on? Well, hey, the equality is the answer. You happens to be the answer, which is Y equals self. Y is the answer to those who is in search of knowledge and understanding, which is one and the same, becoming a master, 1 in 13. And so you are. And to do that, you live in your divine culture, which is freedom and free, having a free dome. And we're putting it down on the earth right now, which is the true kingdom, which is you, a natural king. You know, and we're just getting back to king status, man. This is how we got to do it. Everybody can't do this right here. So it's only meant for the priests to do this first, natural born priests. You just ain't just come up and be like, yo, I'm a priest, motherfucker. No, Most High ordained you to be a priest naturally. Like I might workout priest and shit. So this is natural bodybuilding, natural light bodybuilding to get you ready to not be on, to get you ready for the natural organic heavens and watch out for their inorganic heavens, because this is what they're trying to trap you at. They're making the inorganic heavens right now, G. And you're going to be dreaming in inorganic virtual heavens because you're always online and shit. They got it. They call it the Matrix, too, at the same time. So we're getting to the end. We're going to the organic heavens, man. And you can see everybody's walking around where heaven they're on. They're in the inorganic heaven over there. Or they're in the first resurrection in a organic heaven. But that means that they're a type of vampire that have to be around a lot of people all the goddamn time. So when they transition, they're gonna be that type of spirit that's gonna be all over motherfuckers and shit. And these people, they need a lot of supply source, which is dealing with this cluster B personality disorder. We're linking it together just like that, because we can find it in this ICD-9, ICD-10 medical terminology book, so we can be like, oh, this is cluster B personality. What the fuck is this? It's narcissism. Oh, this is borderline. Oh, this is histrionic. Oh, this histrionic needs a lot of attention. He probably got 1 million followers on YouTube or something. But hence, when you transition and shit, there you go. Now you can go to all these beings that you done already built a spiritual bond with. You're binding these motherfuckers to you now in the flesh. Now you're making your own little heaven in your little inorganic heavens now in the flesh. This is what happens. Everything ascends. It's not like we're just not going to be stopped in one place. Whoever you follow in the flesh is going to be the motherfucker you follow as your like God. This is why you save self, so you can be in tune with the true I am, which is Hawa. That's it. Everything else is an illusion outside that 360 degrees. Anything outside of 360 degrees is going to be an illusion, G. And that's what we're trying to get you to not be involved with. I had to get all the way out here just to say it to you because it's tight on the mainland. They don't want motherfuckers saying shit like this to your ass out there. It's crazy. But working out and making sure that you don't let your light go. You can go this full season without letting it go. If you are Israelite and you say you really down with the Creator and the Most High, you will sacrifice this. You do this for 14 months, 12, 14 months, man. You won't go back down no more, man. You'll do it. If not, then the Most High know your heart anyways, because that's where the ultramagnetic attraction and all that shit happens at. This is what we're empowering. If you do this, we know you got a high ultramagnetic field around you. If you don't, then we know you ain't. This is gonna be simple as that. We Ethereans, man. We see each other's secrets. We know. A nigga can see straight through you, man. So this ain't the time to be playing the games and shit and thinking that it's gonna be all fun, kumbaya. I work out, semen retention for 30 days. I want to give me some bitches, or I can bust this hard ass nut and it feels so good. Let me bust 2, 3, 4. Next thing you done lost all that discipline you done saved up, type shit. It's like you done already got yourself natural, supernatural cut up, and now you just started eating cake again. Like, why you do all that? You gotta learn how to eat your cake and when to eat your cake. You can't just be eating cake all the goddamn time. So that's what we learn in our spiritual war, in our spiritual game. Because your battle's on your kundalini. So you gotta work out, make sure, because Samson, he was a man of God. They knew that too. He was a man of the Most High. But they still attacked. They still got his ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was strong enough to be able to get that energy back when he was like, okay, cool. All I gotta do is get my food and what's going know, like the braids. I had to say what's up to you, bro. The braids, man. It's my broski, Keone. You know what I'm saying? So he had to get his energy back up. You know what I'm saying? So once he got his energy back up, he was like, yo, he made sure he couldn't bust no nuts no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when Delilah got to his ass, he thought he was swifter than Delilah. He was, but he thought he was stronger. He believed in his power a little bit more, but he got a little too cocky. And so when he did that, bam, you see what happens. But he got his power back, and what he was able to do, I think he was able to kill like 1,000 men with a jawbone or some shit. Man, was strong. You know what I mean? But he was already up in light. You know, that was part of our thing. You can't be releasing your light doing puberty, 13, 14, 15 years old. You know what I mean? You got to get that joint when you're about like 30 something. But we're learning, we live and we learn. That being said, I know I've been on here for a moment. Thanks for y'all for tuning in and watching. Ricardo, peace. CJ, what's happening? What's happening? Hope if you're still here, that's what's up. Yeah, man, so I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this little time and eat the rest of my little fruit. I got me a little apple. I'm already kind of full, which is cool. We're gonna get in the supplement game and show you, how you can take the supplements and really curb your appetite. And it don't take much. You know what I'm saying? You're not like a supplement head, like you got to do it. You probably already got the desire to work out. So caffeine pill, that burns fat before you know it. Boom, you're in the game. All right, I love y'all. So to the next one. Peace.